shouts and broken noise. So don't let me fall where I don't belong. I can't go back and lose it all. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
And we're here. Okay. How is everyone doing? Starting a little late today. Actually, starting when I usually end. But I wanted to get moving on doing some painting. I wanted to get in front of the camera for a bit. I wanted to talk about the Space Marine reveals. And this guy. Pop him off. Space. There we go. And yeah, I have no idea how long I will be streaming. It might be an hour, maybe two, who knows. Next, I suppose while I'm still setting this up, I can turn my compressor off. Alright, anyway. So, I'm gonna prime, and wait, what am I doing? I'm gonna prime and begin painting the Heavy Intercessors. Or at least the first 5 anyway. I'm not touching their bases yet. Their bases need more work, but I really don't feel like doing more, modeling. Actually, which of these is the wider? This one. So, people that have watched for a while may notice cameras are a little different. I have a new camera has come in, and I am in the process of figuring out reconfiguring everything. But, I mean, if nothing else, compared to a month ago, every single camera's quality has improved, I think. I mean, probably the most questionable one is the main cam. But I've been trying to figure out any way of relieving my phone from being a part of that process, so. And I am still probably molding more about the fact that I'm using liquid glue than Deotham Bowman Nerf, but Deotham Bowman Nerf. What were they thinking? Now granted, okay, Auspex Tactics did have a good point. They probably have had this sitting around as a change they made for months, as they're likely only a couple weeks away from actually putting up the codexes for pre-order, which means that's been in print for quite a while. So I think they wrote it for the index, and almost immediately upon intents release, thought that the Otsamon was too strong. That, or they were always intending on nerfing it. They figured, oh, with only the one detachment, they're gonna need all the help they can get, and once they have all the detachments and the full rules for the units, this will make sense. Maybe. I just think their announcement strategy of going from, yeah, Otsamon's getting nerfed, and also the main thing you get for the first company detachment is a weaker version of Otsamon is probably not the best idea. If they had focused on more things, like the Salamander, or the Firestorm Assault detachment, maybe a different detachment, then that might have gone over a little bit better. This thing is still not actually attaching. Good lord. Is there a way I can set it and forget it? Is there a way I can set an angle here? Where I can just kind of press them together and... Sure, we'll go with that and hope it doesn't get messed up. I mean, I probably should have reset both sides. It probably is not helping, but you know, still. I also suppose I could have done this off camera, in theory. I'm not sure when exactly today I would have done that, but you know, eh. Yeah, at least for me, ironically, my list I'm working on actually is, I mean, it might be Raven Guard, but it looks like I'm going to be picking up the Firestorm Assault detachment and running that for the most part, as my new strategy is entirely based upon transports delivering Gravis to a target. And you tell me close range eradication is not perfect for that. I don't really care much about the assault ability thing, although I suppose that would help with, say, the eradicators later. Actually, just literally all of it. So, I mean, advancing anything else, like, say, the Land Raiders, advancing them away from where they dropped off the Heavy Intercessors, for example, could be useful. Also, just targeting it within 12 inches now, want the strength to attack that is like brilliant, as most of my weaponry will be strength 5 or higher. Now, as you get closer to me, while this is not a very melee heavy list, but it's a very chunky list. That means, oh, I just realized. Each time an attack made with ranged weapons equipped by Astartes models from your army have the assault ability. Each time an attack is made with such a weapon targeting it within 12, add 1 strength characteristic attack. I just realized. Oh, I just hit the guy. Okay. I mean, that guy went actually not too bad. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, restart. I just realized all their bolt pistols in melee are now gonna be strength 5. The Gravis Captain's Boltstorm Gauntlet is now yeah, I think strength 5 because it's at okay. Yeah, hold on, I just realized how good this is. Ah, yeah, come into melee with me. Anyone that survives. Hold on, where's my cards here? Let's see. Yep, Boltstorm Gauntlet, 12 inches. So if you're in range, he's hitting you with an old-fashioned heavy bolter. Hanging 2 up. Pistol. So that's, yeah, 3 attacks, strength 5, neg 1 damage. Heavy Intercessors squads, their bolt pistols are always going to be a strength 5 now. What's the Apothecary Biologist? 18 inches. Okay, but if you get within 12 inches or into melee with them, I'll be strength 6, neg 1, 2 damage. I mean, grants only 1 shot, but still strength 6. Flamestorm cannons are only 12 inches. That's now strength 7. It's like the. It's an auto cannon. It's now an auto hitting auto cannon. Oof, this got brutal. Storm Raven, because it's a plane, means I will likely be getting quite close to you, which means a whole lot of everything is going to be at strength 4. Strength 9 plasma cannons. Strength 10 multi-meltas. Strength 5 hurricane bolters. Or strength 5 hurricane bolters. Yeah, don't worry about it. Marines get wrecked hard. Anything that was strength 5 is now wounding all light infantry on 2s because they're all strength 6. I just became extremely aggressive with this list. I want to get close to you and just unload. I didn't even think what that would do for pistols before. That's frightening, actually. Oh, yeah, that's all I had to do. Actually, it was just reset everything. That bonded much faster that time. Good stuff. Okay, you know what? They can keep their rerolls to wound. I'm just wounding better. I mean, rerolls are nice and all, but they're saying you can get more from other things, so, you know. Not to mention, my Gravis Captain got so brutal through that thing on every level. Like, you're telling me that his shots are always strength 5 now, and his melee is always strength 11? Like, he's wounding Rhino equivalents on 3s. Right? Aren't they strength 10? He's wounding Gravis on 2s. He's wounding other Gravis on 2s. Not Gravis, sorry, that's T6. Terminators. He's wounding Terminators and Terminator equivalents on 2s. That's disgusting. He's winning Gravis on 3. I mean, he was already winning Gravis on 3s, but, you know.
I'm alone here on my island, floating in the sky. I'm high above the world I used to know, and I'm far from any danger, safe from any failure. Guarded, I found shelter in the storm. I'm hiding in the blue, safe between the clouds. In the blue, where I can't be found. Was a soldier in the legions, fought against the demons, fought against the monsters made of gold. But they stormed across Arcadia, following their nature, washed away the place I once called home. I'm hiding in the blue, safe between the clouds. In the blue, where I can't be found. I'm hiding in the blue. As time goes racing by, I'm wishing I could be fine, but I'm still so stuck on what used to be. Made a prison out of my mind, watch life as it goes by. Battle scarred my own worst enemy. I'm hiding in the blue, safe between the clouds. In the blue, where I can't be found. I'm hiding in the blue. I'm hiding in the blue. Hiding in the blue. The world's passing by and I lost sense of time. I've gone numb, I miss the days when we were making legends. The days come and go. I'll wait through sun and snow for you to come and take me from this place and bring me home. In the blue, safe between the clouds. In the blue, where I can't be found. I'm hiding in the blue.
Just realized something. Hold on. I need to check on it. Hold on. There's no way they allow that. Like, there's no way they allow enhancements to go on Epic Heroes. I'd assume not. Okay. Epic Heroes cannot be given any enhancements. That's what I thought. Okay. However, yeah, War Tempered Artifice on basically any character with any melee capability whatsoever is going to be absolutely insane. The new jump pack guy with strength 8 chainsword hits, however many he gets on that, which I assume is a lot. You throw that on a standard Primaris captain with Power Fist, and then trigger his Finest Hour ability. Oh jeez, so I'm gonna pull that up because that's gonna be insane. Finest Hour. Oh, you know, actually, I want to see the Primaris captain specifically, in case there's any differences. Alright, so yeah, Power Fist Strength 8, Finest Hour, once per battle. Add 3 to the attack's characteristic, plus 3 attacks in Devastating Wounds. So looking at 8 attacks, Strength 11, Devastating Wounds. That's brutal. Or with a 9 power sword attacks at strength 8, so 9 power fist attacks. I mean, yeah, that's a little nutty. And it's no longer you have to be in a certain detachment like before to get +2. Actually, that's a valid point. I mean, that actually gives the Chainsword a valid option, honestly, on the Captain Gravis armor. So that'd be, what, 10 attacks at strength 7? It's like 10 autocannon hits. Like, there's a lot to play with that one. Alright. Do I want to bother with the heads tonight? The rest of the guys in general and the bases are probably gonna be primed. No, I guess the bases would be black too. Nah, we'll do the heads another time. It's not like I'm gonna run out of stuff to paint tonight. I am not gonna get even close to a single one of these done tonight, so screw it. So I don't even know how long I'm streaming. It might be an hour, it might be 2, it might be 3, I have no idea. If you are watching right now and you want to keep me streaming, talk to me. It keeps me awake. So ready. Let's get the airbrush ready. Actually, have no idea how this camera is going to react to this. This will be interesting at best. There we go. Cool.
turn around and everything has changed. Looking for a way to work it out. I'm trying to find some peace to navigate. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every
Look
word
at
you
that.
said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm
Those
fighting.
spots are
Can
gonna
you
be
hear
in
me through
7.
the silence? I won't give up
Okay,
'cause
so
there
we're
will
gonna
be
focus
a
on here.
day
Okay.
we'll meet again.
We're holding up here. Jump into the corner.
Meet again. Everything we wanted turned to gold. The path we chose, the future on our side. Never thought I'd do this on my own, but now I wield the sword you left behind. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up 'cause there will be a day. 'We'll meet again. 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 'We'll meet We'll meet again.
Focus on it. So
For
happy.
the sunrise, clouds for a blue sky, space for the traveling star. Strong from the inside, you're still my lifeline. I feel you wherever you are. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again.
to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory's in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war. We bring the war to them. We bring the war to them.
For clarity, I'm about to give them all a code of Army Warpaint or Map Black. I just prime them with Stano Res Black Airbrush Primer. I'm doing this layer because when I go back to fix mistakes on the black paint, it will be using the matte black, so match up. So.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away. Somewhere by the emerald sea, where the moon and water meet. Somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away.
Every time you two are getting rough, my mind just sounds like Shia LaBeouf. It says no, 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 just no, 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 no. And every time I see him with you, my heart sounds like Shia LaBeouf too. No, 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 no.
That's where that came from. Okay. I had found a marksman honor on my desk earlier, like, I don't know, not this week, I guess sometime last week, I don't know, a few days ago. And then I was like, oh, I mean, maybe it's just leftovers from me doing modeling, like it's, you know, whatever, and I set it something. And then as I'm getting ready to stream, I see it and I accidentally like swept it away somewhere. And I was like, oh, whatever, it's probably just, it's like probably not a big deal. No, I just realized where it's from. It's from one of these guys. And now I want to reattach it and find it. It just went on one of the guy's shoulders. It would be a big deal. Oh, I guess I could pull it from the sprue, I guess. Yeah, alright. It's not worth as much time.
Somewhere in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet. Watching seasons change, our roads were lined with adventure. Mountains in the way, couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand up in arms, this is home where we are. Together strong in the world that we
If you're wondering why it's a big deal, it's because it was a whole joke that we're adding a marksman onto the guy that, you know, when it's completely done, will be point blanking a dude in the back of the head, like on his base. So, yeah. We give that a moment for it to dry. I'm gonna continue rebase coating the heavy gunner in the meantime. It gets kind of annoying because like I have to swap paint back and forth. So, yeah. But actually, there's enough left over to not black in the thing with the mix and all that stuff. It's not like I'm gonna be actually no, I don't have to do that. There's not gonna be a bunch of matte black around that area anyway. I mean, kind of, but it's
shadowland. Nobody's innocent, hand to mouth. We live like demons, stuck in the phantom zone, lost in a thunderdome. Twilight ruled the day. We found the impossible. Now we're unstoppable, taking off the world beneath us. Strong under pressure, we'll make it together. Our universe will change. Freedom, looking down a telescope. Starlight, never been so beautiful. Whole world waiting for us down to go. Escaping gravity. We'll be rising high above the rain. Sunset, never gonna be the same. Thunder calling us to outer space. Escaping gravity. Escaping gravity. Escaping gravity. Straight to the galaxy, faster than sanity. Left behind a land forsaken. Black holes and meteors, riding on shooting stars. Fearless like our dreams. We shoot down a satellite, wings of a butterfly. Constellations recreate and fighting for liberty. Raising the energy, bursting at the seams. Freedom, looking down a telescope. Starlight, never been so beautiful. Whole world waiting for us down to go. Escaping gravity. We'll be rising high above the rain. Sunset, never gonna be the same. Thunder calling us to outer space. Escaping gravity. Escaping gravity. Escaping gravity. Starlight dances in the silver of the night sky. Way above the clouds, we will be sailing high, sailing high, sailing high. Ooh, you and me, we're gonna touch the stars, find the center of the universe. New reality in front of us, escaping gravity.
Alright, let's see. Which guy do I want
Rising
with?
high above the rain, sunset never gonna be the same. Thunder calling us to outer space, escaping gravity.
You know what? We'll start with the most basic. I think,
Escaping gravity.
which will be this guy. Which, as per usual, we'll start with hitting all of the metal bits first. Get a new focus point there for the camera.
You're alone in the jungle now. You wanna make a fire but don't know how. You're alone in the jungle now, trying to survive. You're
Actually,
alone in the
here's
jungle now. You wanna make a fire but don't know how. You're alone in the jungle now, full of stupid monkeys. Monkeys think they're really smart, always knew it from the start. They came up with science and arts, covering their monkey parts. Monkeys are confused, always asking why. Monkeys are scared, they don't want to die. Monkeys pray to gods and then they fight about whose god is right. You know it's just another monkey. 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 You know you're 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 just another monkey. When you join the monkey choir, just another monkey. When you learn what it's about, you're just another monkey. When you finally have the fire, you're just another monkey. You can burn the jungle down. You're just another monkey. They're alone in the desert now. They wanna make a fire but don't know how.
Alright, let's just start some basic lip culture.
Trying to survive. They're alone in the desert now. They wanna make a fire but don't know how. They're alone in the desert now, and you're
while I'm doing these big pipes, how much is the bigger brush? This is size 2. Like everything but size 2, or what is size 2? Yeah. Yeah, with the new camera setup, I'm having to reconfigure my entire desk setup here, basically. Not the entire thing, but a good bit of it. The parts I use the most while painting, anyway.
No warning, in a flash of light, don't need no warning. This feeling's right, vibrations chill through my bones, sensations flow through your glow. So incredible, the way I feel with you, so phenomenal. And you always push me through, unforgettable. The way I feel with you, unbelievable. And you always push me through, electrified with you, electrified.
That's something else with the brush, but I'm not really sure what. And I think I'm good.
So incredible, so phenomenal. Electrified, electrified with you. I'm pulsing in a flash of light. My heart's convulsing. This feeling's right. Vibrations chill through my bones. Sensations flow through your glow. So incredible, the way I feel with you, so phenomenal. And you always push me through, unforgettable. The way I feel with you, unbelievable. And you always push me through, electrified. Electrified with you, electrified. Electrified with you, electrified. Electrified with you. So incredible, the way I feel with you, so phenomenal. How you always
lucky. I got you, you got me. Rainbow crossing as we're heading for the sun. Ain't no stopping, ready. I got you, you got me. Dragons at the gate, they won't stop us getting to the top. Whoa, flying into space like a rocket, never giving up. I was all alone when I started, always been the same. Now you're here, the journey's uncharted, everything will change. You know we rule the world. You know we rule the world. Yeah, yeah. Rule the world. You know we rule the world. Rule the world. You know we rule the world. Yeah, yeah. Rule the world. You know we rule the world. Stars up high will guide us home. You and I, it's time to take the throne. Dragons at the gate, they won't stop us getting to the top. Whoa, flying into space like a rocket, never giving up. No, never give up. I was all alone when I started, always been the same. Now you're here, the journey's uncharted, everything will change. You know we rule the world. You know we rule the world. Hey, hey. Rule the world. You know we rule the world. Rule the world. You know we rule the world. Rule the world. You know we rule the world. Rule the world. You know we rule the world. I can feel your eyes on me. You are near, chasing down my silver light. Have no fear. Come and follow into the water here with me. I'm your wildest dream, everything you need. Come and follow me. Come and follow me. Come and follow me. Come and follow me. Come and get me. Come and get me. Come and get me. You know you want more, so come try and catch me if you can. You know you want more, so come try and catch me if you can. Close your eyes and hear my voice in your ear.
So Venom,
You think that
they did deliver, you know, it's new cameras to some extent. Well, probably the biggest improvement is actually the 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 COC cam is a lot better. I actually swapped the cam that was on that to the main cam and replaced that with the same cam as the webcam. How you doing, Venom? But yeah, it took until like 5:30 today for it to deliver. In the middle of heavy rain, though. Good. Yeah, I'm still playing around with the settings for this, the arrangement, but you know, I wish I had better magnification lenses because this is an actual camera. It's a big boy camera. It's a Canon. What are you again? Canon EOS M200. It's like actually a $600 camera. But my phone is finally freed. We'll improve this setup over time, but at least this in and of itself is a big upgrade for me anyway. It actually cuts out a solid maybe 5 minutes of stream prep, which was like half the stream prep, which was setting up, hooking up, and configuring my phone to be the camera every single stream. Because in like day-to-day operation, I would be moving the arm around to take my camera off it, or take my phone off it. So then I'd have to re-angle it every time. Then hook it up, get the software booted up, angle it, zoom it, crop it, connect it to the app, pull up the app on the OBS. Like, it was just such a pain in the rear. And then the entire time I couldn't get texts, I couldn't talk, I couldn't like communicate with anyone else. So I was constantly guessing as to when dinner was ready. Yeah, it was a huge deal actually. So anyway, how you doing? Also, Space Marine leaks and reveals. Much to talk about. I think ironically my list became better based on what they showed. I'm a little salty about a couple of the leaks, but you know, I think overall I'll come out better for this change currently. Rest small bounce and nerfs. Yeah, okay, so here's the big one. Oats a Moment going forward will no longer give you rerolls to wound. However, they are saying that there will be more options within the greater codex to give you rerolls to wound. So, actually, I wonder if I don't want the majority of the magazine to be black. I think I might do that, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna re-black that magazine. Yeah, okay. So Oats a Moment, which, I mean, was probably our single biggest, like, strength in the game. They have nerfed its capability drastically, but, you know, like I said, they're claiming that we'll have more ways of getting reroll wins. And then, as if insult to injury, they revealed that the first company detachment ability is a weaker version of the part of Oats a Moment they took away. So, like, once per battle, you can effectively... And actually, I have the page right here. Extremist level threat. Detachment rule. Once per battle in your command phase, you can use this ability. If you do until the start of your next command phase, each time a model from your army with the Oath of Moment ability attacks and makes an attack that targets your Oath of Moment target, you can reroll the wound roll as well. So you get, instead of all game, anything targeted, it is once per game, you get the reroll wounds back. But, I mean, hey, if they're, like, say, for example, giving Lieutenant-type models back there, giving rerolls to wounds, that's something. What's the thing they usually do now? They give, what, lethal hits, I think? I mean, you know, I think I'd take the reroll wounds over lethal hits, but hey, whatever. Now, why I say I'm probably going to come out of this better for all this is the stuff they showed about the Firestorm Assault Force, the Salamanders thing. That's probably what I'm going with. The whole thing's based around mechanized Space Marines, so transports and closer range. And the detachment rule itself is brutal. Like, I'll take it over to the doctrines any day. So for one, it gives you Assault Doctrine. Or not the Assault Doctrine, the Devastator Doctrine. The current Devastator Doctrine. That's not what I wanted to paint metal, but anyway. Specifically, gives your entire army Assault on all your... Was it all ranged weapons? Yeah, all ranged weapons have Assault. That's crazy. Everything has assault. I can advance anything all the time, every turn. I am now a very zoomy army. Now, thing to remember, I learned this the hard way in my first game of 10th. If you advance, you can't get out of your transport. If you advance to transport. So don't fall for that. Here's the big one though. Way better. Way more important. Like, the assault's cool and all. That's a nice little, like, add-on. Here's the big deal. Each time an attack made with such a weapon, so ranged weapons, targets a unit within 12 inches, add 1 to the strength characteristic of that attack. If you are within 12 inches, +1 strength on ranged weapons. Okay, so for my list, and it's Dipton Stardy's models, not infantry, just ranged. Yeah, that's a really big one. I just became marine killers. Like, I'm a marine exterminator. Let me explain why that is. So first off, as a reminder of what my list is, 2 Land Raider Redeemers, each with a block of 5 Heavy Intercessors, a Gravis Captain with Power Fist, and a Apothecary Biologists. Then a Storm Raven Gunship with 6 Eradicators, 2 Multi-Melters within it, and a Ballistus Dreadnought, as well as a Typhon. That's the list. Okay, now, here's some big key points in that so far. I haven't even looked at, say, the Typhon, really. But here's some big ones. That Gravis Captain has a 3-shot pistol on his gauntlet. His strength 4, neg 1 damage. Guess what? Has a 12-inch range, meaning that no matter when you're shooting that thing, that's now strength 5. The Land Raider Redeemer carrying that guy is going to be bringing up the whole squad to an objective, meaning that odds are they're almost guaranteed to be within 12 inches of anything, even at the beginning of the game, unless the person set up all their stuff like in the back of their deployment zone. Else I'm probably within 12 inches in all reality. So first off, you have the Flamestorm cannons, which has a 12-inch range. So if they're targeting you, you're now getting hit with strength 7 flamethrowers. Strength 7, neg 2 damage. So that is 2d6 plus 6 auto cannon shots. Now I know you didn't play back in 8th and 9th, but there was a time when auto cannons were what you wanted, because back then, like, the toughest things were like toughness 8 and 9. And autocannons being tough, strength 7 meant that you were hurting most things with it. Now, it's not the case anymore, but still, if you're infantry or a light vehicle, you are still getting hammered by autocannon shots. That means that I am wounding Gravis, or Custodians, or Aberrants, or, are Obliterators T7? I think they're T7. I'm wounding all those on 3s with my flamethrowers. I am wounding, Aberrants and Centurions on 3s. Same with the Twin Assault Cannon that both of them have, are now wounding all those things, as that is now T7. They just made my Twin Assault Cannons, 6-shot autocannons. Just straight up. The Storm Bolters on whatever, are now T5. The Gravis, actually, no, I'll come back to the Heavy Intercessors in a second. The Biologist, when he gets out, he has a 12-inch pistol. Actually, I think it's an 18-inch pistol. In any event, most likely, when you shoot with it, got the cards for this list right here. Sure, the Typhon, 18 inches. Okay, but odds are, if it's within 12 inches, it is now a strength 6, AP neg 1, 2 damage pistol. Oof. When all those Heavy Intercessors when they all get out, right? You're looking at strength 6 rifles. Here's the really big one. 12 inches. Oh, that means, like, they're probably going to get charged then. Guess what? Whoever is still standing, which, by the way, remember, Heavy Intercessors are hard to kill. Whoever's left standing is going to be shooting back next ranged thing. Their pistols are now all strength 5. Every time you get into melee with a Space Marine, they're going to have a bolt pistol. All those bolt pistols now in melee are strength 5, 501. It literally just pulled those stats from behind a giant paintbrush. I just painted out the stats. Yeah. The Typhon's heavy bolters. Strength 6 heavy bolters. They're now all assault cannon. Damage assault cannons. And it gets crazier the bigger the gun gets, honestly. All those Eradicators that want to be within 9 inches for their Melter rule to proc, those are now all strength 10. They're... So... Terminators, they're wounding on 2s. And then you get into like the medium toughness vehicles, you're now wounding on 4s. Which is actually a big deal for them. You're also talking about strength 9 heavy plasma cannon shots. Not that those are as potent as before, but it's like literally every ranged weapon plus 1 strength. I think a Typhon, it's like a T16 cannon on it. That thing's now like or strength, I think it's a T. Strength 16, I think, of the main gun. Hold on, wait a second. This link. Yeah, it's a huge bonus because it affects literally every single ranged weapon. The only thing I have to do is get within 12 inches of you and then blow you apart. It's honestly really brutal. Horus Heresy Legends, Adeptus Astartes. And I'm not even done yet. There's still another thing. It's not as big of a deal, but there's still another big bonus from this detachment. Actually, 2 big bonuses from this detachment, actually. There's another, like, really big one, and then there's a decent one. Typhon. Yeah, it's a strength 14 main cannon. So, blast. So, +1 per 5 guys in the unit it's targeting. D6 plus 6 attacks. Hang on 3-ups. Strength 14, 24-inch range. I get within half range, and it's now strength 15, which means it's now wounding land raiders and big knights on 3s. Actually, wait, are land raiders? What was I think a T12? Actually, T12 or T14? Oh, they're T12. Oh, it's already wounding land raiders on 3s. Never mind. But oh yeah, actually no, it doesn't knock it. It actually doesn't knock that one up anymore, except against big knights. It is now winning them on 3s. Which is actually a big deal, because probably the biggest thing to threaten a Typhon with its T12 2-up save and 18 wounds is probably a knight. Okay, the other big bonus. So now you just have to figure, like, everything in my army, when it gets in close range, is now wounding dramatically easier, which is a pretty big bonus to damage output. So I actually can negate the nerf to Oath of Moment fairly well, because I wasn't fishing for devastating wounds before anyway, and I'm getting lower thresholds for successful wounds, like right from the get-go. Alright, here's a minor buff, but still a buff. The enhancement that comes with, or one of the enhancements that comes with that, this I find bonkers. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. War Tempered Artifice. You put this on a character, remember? That stars infantry amount only. Add 3 to the strength characteristic of the bearer's melee weapons. My Gravis' power fists are now strength 11. I am wounding rhinos on 3s. I am wounding terminators on 2s. So I am hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s against terminators with the Gravis Captain. The Gravis Captain can wipe out Terminator squads single-handedly with that. Which, by the way, his pistol's now wounding Terminators on 4s. Which is pretty hilarious. I mean, the pistol's not likely to do that much, considering that it still has to beat a 3-up save and all the other stuff, but still, yeah. It's a pretty big bonus. Here's the last, like, crazy thing. This thing's nuts. There's a... It was in the... Hold on, it's in the video. Let's see, I need to find it here. Yeah, Burning Vengeance. Okay, are you ready for this? You remember how, like, all my infantry are in some kind of vehicle? Some kind of transport? Actually, let me check the keyword. I am pretty certain that the Storm Raven also has... Yep, Storm Raven has transport, Land Raider has transport. Okay, so both my transport vehicles count for this. Burning Vengeance, 1 command point. When your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has resolved its attack, so it just shot at one of my transports, okay? That squad. Then I target that transport unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Okay. Now, sup, Gene? One unit embarked within that transport can disembark as if it were your movement phase and then shoot as if it were your shooting phase, but must target only the enemy unit when doing so, and only do so if the enemy unit is an eligible target. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that, yeah, for 1 CP, if you shoot at one of my Land Raiders rolling up on you, my Heavy Intercessors and Captain and Biologist can just jump out and blaze into you. Which, I mean, hey, if you decide to do that within 12 inches, they're now doing it at mostly strength 6. Going to step up in Modern Warfare 5? Is Modern Warfare 5 a thing? They got the Modern Warfare... Are you sure you're not talking about Modern Warfare 2 too? Yeah, we're talking about the new Space Marine reveals. And how actually, well, the Oath of Moment change is like a problem for most people. I don't think it's gonna affect me that much. Oh, Mech Warrior 5. I like how you're yelling it at me. Yeah, fair enough. How dare you think I'm playing Call of Duty? Hey Gene, what do you think about Heavy Intercessors with strength 6 weapons? Or you try to get into melee with them and they shoot you in the face with a strength 5 pistol. How do you feel about this? Wait a second. Can you combo that to make that unit double shoot? I gotta check the Overwatch things. Can they get out, and then if something tries charging in range of them later, can they shoot again? It's in a different phase. It's a keyboard. It turns on caps by itself. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's funnier to think that you're yelling at me in reprisal. Didn't know mech was still a thing. It was my 3rd game ever on my first PC. And GW likes breaking their own stuff. I mean, they certainly like taking away Space Marines toys while giving us tons of models so everyone hates us, but, you know. Actually, they're taking away a bunch of our toys, too. My gorgeous, lovely, beautiful land speeder is going to be completely irrelevant soon because it's too small to proxy as a storm speeder, so... Also, like, the Starry Servitors, I guess, might be going away entirely. I don't, like, if it's only as an individual unit, I'm fine with that, but if you can't attach that to a Tech Marine, I'm gonna be real annoyed, considering how much I put into mine, and how cool they are. MechWarrior 5 is about to drop the Clan Invasion in its expansion. That's probably going to be cool. I've not played a single MechWarrior, but I'd imagine that's pretty exciting. If I had to guess, I'm not even sure what MechWarrior gameplay looks like. If I had to guess, probably the closest I've gone to is like Chrome Hounds, which was a joke of a game in some ways. But hey, kind of fun building mechs in it. Oh wait, what's that other build-a-mech game? The like arcadey one that was huge like a while back. I think it's still kind of relevant. Sorta. What's that called again? I haven't played it forever. It was a really fun game actually. I'm looking through my Steam library. What was this called? This was called... Wow, I can't find it now. Where are you? What are you? Ooh! Robocraft. There you go. That game was fun. Free to play, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're still releasing balance patches and stuff. Yeah, they're still actively working on that game. That's crazy. I remember playing the crap out of that game back in like 2014. Anyway. Yeah, it should be. I should add a whole new 45 mechs if they do it all. That's bonkers. You can... I read service might be going away becoming AdMech models. AdMech models? Huh. Build your own mech. How you want. This is first-person shooter, big stompy mechs. Oh, okay, so like, yeah, Chrome Hounds or Robocraft.
Infinite power.
I almost said, like, Titanfall, but Titanfall is more like Call of Duty with mechs, or even, like, Battlefield with mechs. I still gotta play some BattleBit remastered on stream at some point. I thought of even playing some tonight. Here's what keeps stopping me. I don't feel like setting up my condenser to my headset so I can set up my mic going into my headset mic going into the game, so I can yell at people in the game, and then also you guys hear me through my normal mic. I just haven't set that up yet. I have all the stuff. There's nothing like actually stopping me. I just have not had the will to do so. Just being lazy. Lazy. I have been non-stop, man. Oh yeah, I had an idea earlier. I'm not sure when or where exactly I'm going to implement it within the stream setup, but I was like, wait a second, I have a decent number of tutorials now. I should have some part of my stream where I utilize and have them playing like on silent or even with the music at some point. Like maybe when I'm on meal breaks, like when I don't want to like react to a video or whatever while eating, I have my tutorials playing back to back on the break screen, stuff like that. I kind of want to implement that. I thought of it earlier while I was airbrushing, and I'm like, I could have like my real videos playing on the side. This is kind of like quiet and boring. So I'm talking. Anyway, you can see the vid of it on Steam. Nice. I just want Jokero because, dude, Jokeros are nuts. Okay? You read about them in the lore, like if Jokero's involved, like you're doing whatever that thing wants, like, you know, wherever direction that thing is going in, because guess what? It's happening regardless, because it's just going to grab... It's like if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it's like Rocket Raccoon. It's just gonna grab some random nonsense and make like hyper advanced tech that's gonna like annihilate everything in front of you. Yeah, they are. Well, you know what it is. They were made by the old ones as combat engineers to fight alongside the Eldar and Quarks. against the Necrons and the Catan. So they're working on a whole nother level of technology understanding than almost anyone else in the galaxy. Okay, I think that's all the metal for this guy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes out of the Firestorm Assault? Firestorm... what? Firestorm Assault Force. Yeah, because that seems to be big. That seems to be built like perfectly for the list I'm putting together. Man, just like +1 strength to all my guns in 12 inches. You know how aggressive I'm gonna be now? Like, I was already like really aggressive with my movement before because Space Marines don't get cover anymore. Actually, think about it this way, okay? Everything has assault, which means as soon as all my transports drop all their stuff, they can now go full assault, like advance off to like get in anyone else's face. So they go up to 2 of the objectives, or 3, or all 3 no man's land objectives, with the Typhon sitting in the back or something, I don't know. On the objective in the back. Cover all 3 objectives with stuff, drop off all our guys. 1 or 2 of them may have dropped it. Oh yeah, I gotta check the Overwatch rules. I want to see if they can double shoot using that. So, they drop off all the guys, and then all the vehicles can use advance to go elsewhere if need be to ensure they get within 12 inches. I mean, they're already vehicles, so it's not likely they'll need to, but it's an option to do so. Anything to get inside 12 inches. Oh yeah, actually, they did the, they FAQ'd. They FAQ'd Overwatch. So let me pull up the balance status slate so I have the full reading on Overwatch. Okay, here we go. So, when your opponent's movement or charge phase, just after enemy unit setup, or when the enemy unit starts or ends a normal, advanced, fallback, or charge move. Okay. 1 unit from your army that is within 24 inches of the enemy unit and that would be eligible to shoot if it were your shooting phase. If that enemy unit is visible to your unit, you can shoot that enemy unit as if it were your shooting phase. Got target. Okay. Actually, what am I talking about? It wouldn't be double shooting with the Heavy Intercessors. I would still want to Overwatch on the Land Raiders because they have the giant Flamestorm cannons. That, if they're eligible to shoot, it means you're within the 24-inch range, which means you are getting Overwatched with Strength 7 Flamestorm cannons. Which, even at Strength 6, I have already wiped out, like, multiple Death Guard Terminators in a single, Overwatch. Like, imagine you are Death Guard Terminators. So you're the toughest Terminators, barring Custodes, in Warhammer, and you get half your squad wrecked by an Overwatch. That is already the power I'm playing with. I mean, yeah, well, okay, to be fair, stuff I am overwatching were probably not things I was putting Oath of Moment on anyway, so, you know, Oath of Moment's gonna go on the things I'm trying to shoot with, say, the Heavy Intercessors and stuff like that. Though, I want to say the close range, the Flamestorm Assault detachment, you know what else that's gonna be good for? Ironically, anyone doing classic Raven Guard with lots of like jump pack Vanguard veterans. Well, actually, there's only jump pack Vanguard veterans. Assaults, jump pack assault intercessors. I almost said assault squads. Assault squads are gonna be gone. Glad I didn't make some. I thought about making some like 9 months back and then never got around to it. I guess good thing that. My poor Tartarus Terminators, however, that I now have 15 of, that I'm not really. I guess I'm proxying into normal Terminators, which I already have a bunch of normal Terminators. I could straight up probably do an entire first company if I wanted to at this point. Ironically, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll do that at some point. But anyway, for the time being, ironically, I have so many Terminators and I have not painted to completion a single Terminator of any kind. I don't know. It's just the hobby's weird, man. Anyway, yeah. Think about it. You have assault on all your weapons, and within 12 inches, dude, you get jump pack assault intercessors with a 12-inch movement that has assault. You gotta figure out some way of giving them assault and charge, in theory, but you probably don't even need to advance, in all honesty. But you jump pack them 12 inches, heavy bolt pistol. All your heavy bolt pistols now are strength 6, neg 1 damage. And your jump pack captain, his chainsword can be strength 8. He just swapped out that chainsword for a power fist, effectively. Now, I doubt they're going to give him finest hour, but your sword and board captain, or your power fist and plasma pistol captain, for the standard Primaris captain, can now get, with +3 attacks and +3 strength between their finest hour ability once per game, and the +3 from the enhancement. It's just nuts. I'm waiting to see what crazy ranged fire enhancement you can give them, so I can throw that at my Biologist. Although, yeah, that's right, I'm not doing one big chunk, it's 2 chunks, so actually the enhancements aren't as big of a deal. One of my Gravis captains will be absolutely insane. But if I ever get around to... Oh, I didn't do the airfoot. If I ever get around to doing a Spartan filled with a ton of these guys, then yeah, definitely a Biologist enhancement for firepower of some kind. Yeah, it's brutally strong. I don't care how you look at it. Because it's the detachment rule. It's the entire game. You always have that. You are always, with everything having assault keyword. And all your guns having +1 strength within 12. That's absurd. It's so strong. Hey, Inceptors. How do you like your strength 6, what do they call it? The assault bolters? Or your strength, what would that be? Strength 9 overcharged plasma? Or just strength 8 normal plasma? I mean, you're losing a bit of damage, but you don't have to overcharge as much. What do I want next on this guy? Let's see. So he's got the pistol, holster, that thing, the reliquary. I almost started painting one of his shoulders red to remember this guy's 5th company. I don't have to do that, actually. I just highlighted his shoulders like everything else. But we do have the red on that. I'm just trying to do something while this normally I was drying. You know what else that jumping out of a car thing stratagem is really brutal for? Hell blasters. 5 hell blasters and a character jumping out of an impulsor that was targeted with guns to then nail it with a bunch of overcharged plasma. Now, it didn't say it fires like Overwatch. That's normal shooting for the guys jumping out of their vehicle. That's not hitting on 6s, that's hitting on whatever their normal thing is. Is a full-on standard shooting phase. Now, the only annoying thing is that if you do that and you haven't actually moved the guys into position where you want them, they can't get back into something and get out in the same turn. So they were just slowed down if they were trying to go somewhere. But yeah, all the flamethrower guns that you would expect this to be really powerful are all insane. Infernus Marines are now looking at strength 6 on their higher blasters, I want to say. Which you can have up to 10 of those guys. Who else really? I mean, aggressors have all their stuff bumped up by some strength. Who else wins big? I mean, Hellblasters really did just become Eradicators as they're overcharged. They're now hitting on T9. So they just became normal Eradicators. Basically. What was I going for? Oh, I guess the no again. Up that on the red. Then I'm gonna put brown on the holster. Then I can pull out a new color I haven't tried yet. Pro Acryl Ivory, which will be doing the Purity Seal and what do you call it? The wear and tear on the holster. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey Venom, who's your big hitters in infantry right now? Like infantry ranged firepower. This actually makes normal intercessors and infiltrators and intercessors on par with standard heavy intercessors in ranged firepower. Yeah, actually, it made normal intercessors guns, heavy intercessors normal guns. Because the normal guns, it's just more range and a bit of strength.
Once around on the shoulders of giants, forged with emperor gold.
You know who this helps big? I just realized, you know who this helps real big? Reavers. Reavers win big from this. Having assault and strength, a bit of strength on their guns, whether it's their pistol or their carbines. I mean, carbines are still probably the better way to go, all things considered, unless there's a melee buff hidden somewhere in here. I mean, there are still better things you could probably get for the points, but Reavers are very cheap right now. But yeah, their special issue, bolt pistol, strength 5, or their bolt carbine, which both these guns are precision, so they can target characters, strength 5, AP 0, 1 damage, 2 shots. It's still not like crazy good considering everything else has that, but I mean, like, they became a little bit more relevant. There's probably a bunch of vehicles that go nuts with this thing. Strength 6 grab weapons. I mean, mostly just makes a bunch of the medium strength stuff better against Terminators and really good against light infantry. Yo, are people still here? Oh, there you go. I was just about to ask, are people still here? I feel like I've been talking to myself for a while. Alright, Stern Guard, Infernus, Terminators, Infantries right now. Waiting my Salt Intercessors and Radicators coming in the mail. Okay. Yeah, at least using this thing. What are Stern Guard's guns profile again? Your Infernus, Terminators, and Infiltrators all got fairly better. I mean, especially actually Terminators win big from this. Because all their twin bolt, no, what do you call it? Storm bolters. I keep thinking combi bolters. Stern Guard bolt rifles just became devastating wound heavy bolt rifles. Because they are now strength, they would be strength 5, AP -1, 1 damage, and on 6s to wound do the 1 auto damage. Their pistols became 501. Combi weapons became 501. Stern Guard heavy bolter became 6 -1, 2 damage. Pretty good. Yeah, so I mean, they got a fair bit better. But Terminators, think about this with Terminators, right? Throw the Terminators a heavy flamer. Yeah. So on Overwatch, you have some definite shooting, right? And then all of your Storm Bolters. Strength 501. So even against Marine targets, they're wounding on 3s. Being able to wound on 3s with that many shots, where you already have Twin Link for re-rolling wounds. Wait a second. GW's plain stupid. I just realized. They are plain stupid. Do they think... Okay. First extremist level threat. First company. Stern Guard make it big off the reroll wounds because they have devastating wounds on all their guns. That's their gimmick. Vanguard veterans. Let me look at their profile again. Hold on. If it was like the old days where you could take what do you call them? The lightning claws. They have reroll wounds too, but they took that away from us. We don't get that anymore. What are the heirloom weapon profile exactly? Terminator Assault Squad. Thunderhammers get a good stuff reroll wounds because devastating wounds, but the twin lightning claws, which in a lot of cases are the better option anyway, or have twin links, so that doesn't matter. The Vanguard goes B. There we go. Vanguard Baron Squad jump packs, heirloom weapon. Yeah, they all have reroll. Okay, they like the reroll the wound on their melee. Okay, sure. Yeah, I know. If you remember, I have 10 Vanguard veterans with lightning claws and storm shields because that was the go-to in 9th edition. Now they don't get storm shields, and the weapons like whatever. Actually, can they have storm shields? Can you give them a storm shield? I don't think you can anymore. I think they just took that away wholesale. Oh no, you can take storm shields. How many storm shields? Any number of models can have a bolt pistol replaced with one of the following. One storm shield. Okay. So storm shield plus a 4 attacks, 3 to hit, strength 5, -1, 1 damage, heirloom weapon. I would have taken the strength 4, -2 reroll wounds of the lightning claw, but whatever, I guess. Oh yeah, and you can't have your lightning claws with combi bolter relic terminators anymore. I mean, unless their legends profile lets them do that, and wherever you're playing allows you to use legends. My local store does allow legends just across the board. Like I can run legend stuff even in local tournaments. If you remember, I had my Sakar and Vander in my last tournament list. Now I have a Typhon in this list. So legends doesn't affect me any because of where I play, but it affects all you guys. And the general meta. This edition is a prison. But okay. Probably one of the things you needed to boost the most are your storm bolters, which already have rerolled a wound. They're twin linked. So they don't get anything from the Extremis level 3 detachment roll. You're actually better off literally taking the Firestorm Assault Force, because then when you teleport in at just over 9 inches with your Terminators, or throw them up out of a Land Raider. Yeah, why do you think I magnetize everything? You guys starting to figure it out yet? Have you figured out why I'm crazy about magnets? Yeah. All my Vanguard veterans are magnetized. On every level, there are so many magnets on them. But, I mean, it's still, like, annoying because some of them are painted already. So it's now I gotta paint new stuff for them whenever I want to use them again. But anyway. When you teleport in, all of your combi bolters or storm bolters or whatever with your rerolling to wound, and they already have +1 to hit from their special rule on their card, I believe. Let me double check that. Actually, I don't know why I keep putting these away. Terminator Squad, Fury of the First. Each time a model this unit attacks, makes an attack, you can ignore any ballistic skill, weapon skill character, any modifiers to the ballistic skill or weapon skill characteristic, and/or to the hit roll. In addition, each time a model unit makes an attack that targets enemy unit you have selected for the Oath of Moment ability this turn, add 1 to the hit roll. So they're already getting rerolls to hit and +1 to hit if they're targeting the Oath of Moment, and their Storm Bolters. Wait! Their Storm Bolters don't have twin links. What? This shit makes no sense. It's just a bunch of little, like, dumb stuff. Storm Bolter's literally 2 bolters put together. That's that's the whole point of it. Whatever. Never mind. I guess they do need to reroll the wound. That's dumb. GW is dumb. Inconsistent all around. But hey, I mean, they might change the stats around. They're saying that there are a bunch of stuff's getting changes to rules. They're dropping a bunch of dashes. Who knows? All of this might change when the book comes out. We'll go over it when the book comes out, I guess. But at least for right now, I guess I'm Salamanders. No, I'm just very aggressive. I do like how you don't have the stuff isn't attached to a chapter. It does allow me to just play as something else. If I don't want to be super sneaky, because that's not what's good. And I like winning games. Because that's so crazy that I just want to win a game. I don't want to suck because my sub-faction got bad rules. So I'll just switch to a different detachment. And become better. Besides, I actually really like using Land Raiders. Land Raider Redeemers. They're so much fun. So never mind. I guess they do get a lot from the reroll to wounds in a very dumb way. Also, yes, I realize this thing needs to also be like have the metal painted, I guess, around it, and what do you call it, the shader, because the thing inside I think is something that should be painted ivory. I really can't tell what that's supposed to be, but we'll make it ivory. Even with new camera, I still can't manage to not have the top of my head show up and stream every once in a while. Gotta find a faster way to magnetize infantry. I know my magnetizing smaller things, but drilling the hole out the rights is now pushing the magnet into the body is a pain under. Yeah, I actually need to order some better drill bits for my little hand drill as well. Now you mention it. I have the right tools to make it fairly easy. It's just the drill bits themselves suck. They just don't cut at all. They never did. It's not like they got dull, they just were never good. It's real annoying. Anyway, I should've got new ones immediately, but whatever. It's not like they're even expensive. I bought so many more expensive things lately than that, of all things. I just keep forgetting. Anyway, I find that one of the techniques to help that is actually have the magnet on the end of a string of magnets and kind of hold it in place until the glue dries, and then just pull the magnets off, or like the rest of the magnets off. Need wider bits, I think, same size as the magnet. Yeah, I mean, if you get a standard set of precision drill bits, then a lot of them should roughly line up with the magnet sizes. I know some of them are slightly off, but I mean, then you just kind of wiggle it around. Oh, actually, you know what ironically, I don't think it's necessarily worth the money for just this, but ironically, I already had it because I bought it back when I first started the hobby. Citadel's mold line remover, which is a super waste of money for a mold line remover. Ironically, this thing right here is exactly the size of the smallest magnets, so my drill bit that's slightly too small for the magnets makes the hole, and then I jam this in there, and I just spin it around, and then it cuts out the rest of the hole, ironically. Yeah, that's what I mean, for like the 132 millimeters, the smallest ones for like wrists and stuff. This ironically is just the right size. I shove it in the hole, and then I circle it around. You have it too? Well, there you go. Do that. It will work brilliantly, actually. Like, shockingly good. How long am I streaming tonight? I don't even know. I shouldn't go too late because I shouldn't go to bed too late. I got up at like 1:30 p.m. today. I'm gonna blame the storm that was rolling through. Because I didn't go to bed that late this morning. I went to bed at like 3? Yeah. This means like I should have been up around 11. Or 10 even. I mean, 9 wouldn't have even surprised me, but 1:30, that's way too late. Oh, okay, you remember that small local contract that I was all like, yeah, I'm gonna tell these guys to get lost or whatever. Okay, so I actually did. I sent him an email like right after I got up, and I was like, listen, I'm not coming over. This doesn't look like it's gonna work out. Shoo. And then they call me. The guy calls me. It's like, wait, what's going on? Like, I'm all confused. Like, what's gonna happen? I'm like, okay, listen, this is not, like, working out. I have no idea what you guys are doing. The photography you guys got going on sucks. Like, I can't do this. Not for this money, anyway. And I was like, okay, let me... And they're like, no, we want to do something. We want to, like, make something happen here. I'm like, alright. So, let me send you some stuff. Let me send you some examples of what I would expect to be doing. Some links, so a link to like one of the sites my dad did that has a super basic like one-pager thing that this is supposed to be with a video, and like also an example of another website I did that's a lot more complicated, but the front page like is not that far off and has a video that I made. Randy, audio quality sucks. I hope they don't mention that, but that's because the client required me to record it in a basement. So like, what do you want? That won't be the issue with the audio quality for the thing they need. Most of that stuff will be stock, regardless. Anyway, moving on. The visuals are great, so that's good. That's the main part. And I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna come over there and do a bunch of photography, which is the main bulk of this website's not even a big deal. The photography, however, huge deal, ton of work. Photography, videography. I'm gonna be out there 2, 3, 4 times. Like it's actually a lot of work on my end to like make these materials for you, but I'll do it. But here's my quote: $4,000, I need a third of it up front, and the rest of it like as the thing goes. And you know what? At this point, I got set that I don't care if they take it or not. I will be untouched. I will either take the time back, or I'm making like $1,300 this week. Like, I don't care. I really don't. I already have so many other things going on that, like, it'd be nice. Oh, and then there's the optional $100 a month for the maintenance plan, which was originally all I was gonna get out of this. And I'm like, there's no way I'm already like 4 hours into just communications. No. Definitely not. I haven't even started working in 4 months behind the ball. Oh wait, why did I just pop out black paint? I'm nowhere close to that yet. Need the... I need Nuln Oil on the metal, and then I need, or the brass. Bronze? And then I need, start putting brown on the other thing. Yeah, I still haven't heard back from it. Oh, and I also put up, like, a whole thing of, like, okay, this project's gonna have, like, deadlines, because, like, neither of this need this to drag on. It's already been, it's already been dragging on way too long, and just how long it takes for them to answer emails. They'll call me in a heartbeat if they feel like it, and then none of the stuff actually happens, because it's not actually tracked what was said, because it's over a phone call. Super annoying. I hate like, if it's not like a meeting where stuff needs to be shown to people, I hate communicating over the phone when it comes to business. Do it in text or emails, so every number that gets said, and date, and price, and whatever, there's a document for it. Jeez. Oh man, I hate phone calls. Don't do phone calls. Not for business. Ironically, phone calls are better for interpersonal stuff, but if there's any logistics, or it's business, do it over email. Seriously. Yeah, E-Trail, exactly. Already with my main contract, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, because it was at the tail end of a big Zoom meeting, and I phased out for like less than 10 seconds, and suddenly I missed a bunch of logistics, and I'm like, I heard sometime next week. Sure, I'll just go off that. I'll just wait for an email. I don't even know. I don't even remember if it was some. I don't even know. Not even remember. I didn't even log it in my head if there was something I was supposed to do. I have no idea.
31 seconds. Auto sequence start.
Okay, right. Brown on the monster. I already got the brown here. I put it on the palette at some point, and then just never got back to it. So I'm losing my mind apparently. Yeah, I do think I need to look into maybe a better zoom lens for this camera. Because I feel like I'm too far, like it's too far away from the thing I'm painting. But when it is, like focused in, I do think it's like on par with my phone, so we'll work with it.
Move outside your head. Now or never. Strong in every step. Give me a sign.
I'm seeing a lot of people cutting off cataphractic claws and adding them to their termies. Yeah, because cataphractic claws are kind of awesome in their own way. I mean, they look cool. My head struggles with how kind of impractical that is as a weapon. I mean, already the lightning claws normally are kind of wonky as a weapon. I mean, they're fine like for trying to punch stuff, but trying to use your like fingers like this as a weapon attack, like this makes sense, or like this, right? I mean, it's still not as good as a sword or an axe. That's why if you noticed in real life, no one ever really did claws. Like punch daggers are the closest you got to that, and those were not battlefield weapons. No one's using punch daggers on the field. Use a stick with something dangerous attached to it somewhere. But yeah, as far as looks, like cataphractic claws are very brutal looking because they come off the fingers and they're quite long.
You know you're just an
Honestly, for Space Marines, I think the best power weapon they can have are either swords or power balls. I mean, swords if they want to move fast and deal with other things with power weapons, but I mean, like power balls, because come on, even if the field's not even on, their enhanced strength is going to... Their enhanced strength and speed are going to annihilate anything they hit with that. I mean, a little surprised that Lorgar and Horus both used maces. Makes perfect sense. I think their hammers are a little insane, but, I mean, maces, however. Oh. Would you be able to play them that way? I mean, well, I mean, yeah, just Terminator Assault Squad. Lightning Claws. Twin Lightning Claws. Yeah, Cataphractic Claws are just a different variant on Lightning Claws. Well, all power weapons just kind of fall under power weapon now. Alright, now we're down to the ivory. So I'm using the new, using the new Pro ivory. The paint's not new, just new to me having it. Actually, do I want to go this far with the holster, or do I want to do the Rackguard Flesh with that one? I might want to do Rackguard Flesh instead of the holster. Save the ivory for the, other stuff. So I just realized the ivory is very bright. Very light. Whichever. I will say they at least got this right. For Custodians, Custodian halberds are actually probably like the best possible melee weapon style you could give them, because halberds were honestly the kings of mid-medieval battles. Because they could take a average dude with very little training and he'd be able to fill basically any role you wanted. Including anti-knight, both on horse and off. Like if they had a pole hammer specifically, or a significantly sturdy hook on one side. Is basically just to undercoat the edges to make it a little bit brighter. Not trying too hard, actually. Did just mostly whatever excess paint is on here. So my go-to, if I had to choose a melee weapon, a bec de Corbin is my go-to medieval weapon. The French style of pole hammer means crow's beak, ironically. It is a beaked hammer. And yeah, it has something for everything. It has a very narrow, long spearhead on the top. Looking through my box of baggies of parts, I think I have 4 Vinegar Assassins, just because they're my favorite model when I was little. Wow. I don't have any Assassins. I'm supposed to have a Vindicare from the Warhammer Plus, but I never got it. I should really send an email about that. Like, yo, I've had Warhammer Plus for like nearly 2 years now. Where's my Vindicare, yo? I haven't watched Warhammer Plus in a while. I should, because it's got new stuff on it, but the annoying part is I can only watch on my phone. I wonder if I can cast it to my new monitor. Bought that one if you ban the statue thing. Yeah, just like supposedly I already paid for it, so like, come on, guys. Like, it's more annoying when you know you've already put the money into it, you know? Oh yeah, it's gonna have that seal on the top, yeah. So let's see if Pro Krill's thing where, like, it comes out, like super wet and easily separating, or if maybe that was just a light gray problem. I will say all of Pro Krill's stuff coming with the paint, the paintball is quite nice. I don't like the caps a lot, honestly. I don't like these caps. It forces you to have a pretty large glob of paint to come out. I much prefer Army Painter's much more narrow caps. Actually, where's the black? It's cleaner. I was trying to get one of every model of them. I bought 2 third-party models. Wow. I mean, fair enough. I definitely prefer these. Now, granted, a lot of the later set, if you get a set from Army Painter, they give you a bunch of the beads, but individual ones don't come with it. So, ironically, yeah. I will say these usually come out thicker, so I think I like them for base coats more. Also kind of annoying to get the paint out. I mean, I guess you could get smaller amounts of Pro Krill out. It's just harder. I'm tempted to go buy this one on eBay called Crack Shock. It's funny, but it's a Heavy Intercessors with a sniper propped up on... Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've actually seen that. I don't even... It's so dumb. Yeah, right? They would literally be perfect if they came with the ball in them. I mean, they send you the balls. It's not like they don't have the balls. Just put the ball in them, really. Figure it out, guys. Jeez. Probably the single biggest thing right now I'd give Pro Krill over them right now. Although this one's covering pretty good, actually. It's not too thin. Like, it's nicely thin, but it's not ridiculous. It's probably only going to be 2 coats, which is a pretty big step up from Pallid Witch Flesh, which takes me like 7. I mean, we'll see if the paint separates super fast like a light gray one, but eh. Now, to be fair, and this is why I think people that are paint brand purists are dumb, because there are some people like that. They have like brand loyalty with paint. Every color is slightly different, so if you're actually going for the best paint of a certain color, then you're gonna end up with a bunch of different brands. I saw a new Pallid Witch Flesh going to practice Margie's skin color. Yeah, just know it's gonna take a lot of layers. Which, I mean, for skin can work in your benefit quite a bit. It's just for stuff like, Fury Seals. It's like, really, I just want it opaque, okay? Like, come on. I'm just gonna make it opaque so I can throw, Agrax on it, or Skeleton Horde, or whatever I put on them. I think it's Agrax. Yeah, Agrax. Still enough for his bone. Same with bones, actually. Every time I paint a skull, it's like, I just want the Pallid Witch Flesh opaque, okay? Like, just cover it, please. I gotta wait for that to dry all the way. I can't keep going here. Oh yeah, I gotta put, speaking of Agrax, I gotta put Agrax on my holster there. Oh, and I can do the ivory on the thing in the reliquary. That's a thing. Oh, you know who's gonna be real ticked off about the Otsa moment change? Diablo. Diablo Bob is gonna be ticked. You know how much that nerfs his strategy of massive Stern Guard buff? Like he's still gonna go first company. But he's only gonna be able to drown people in the same level of not mortal wounds, but devastating wounds once per game, like one turn per game. So that's a pretty big oof for him. Well, I didn't go ham on painting the Stern Guard, even though I do want to paint the Stern Guard, and I already got 5, they used to be Veteran Intercessors. So I made these back in 8th edition, because pretty early on they released a, pretty early on in 8th, they released a, it was a little extra rules thing. And one of the things it allowed you to do was, it allowed you to spend a CP to make a unit of certain Primaris guys, Indomitus Crusade veterans. And it gave them extra stuff. And one of them was Veteran Intercessors, which what it did was, it gave them 1 extra leadership, which meant nothing, 1 extra attacks, and unlocked a stratagem for them to shoot twice, which is crazy. Especially back then when CP was very generous. Test, I see it. It is there. I use GW Paint, Vallejo Gaming, Army Painter, Turbo Dork, Scale 75, and Pro Clip Paints. Yeah, which is like what you should be doing if you ask me. I have everything on there except Turbo Dork and Scale 75. Yeah. I would suggest to him just going with the close range assault thing like I am. I think he would do better with the... I mean, it depends on how the Imperial, the Siege one comes out, because them all having heavy might be good. Well, no, they're already hitting on 2s, I think. I don't know. Anyway. Oh yeah, so you would do Indomitus Veterans. You'd also do Indomitus Veteran on your Primaris Ancients, and it gave them the shoot back or fight back thing, except automatically, that they have on the Primaris Ancients now. Or I guess now just call it Ancients. I do like how they're getting rid of the Primaris on everything now. So whether you're Firstborn or Primaris, it's just the same thing regardless. Now, I am concerned about all of the weapon options, because that's why you would take the old-fashioned ones, but they seem to be slowly adding more weapon options to the Primaris ones, so I guess it can still kind of work. They're continuing to make the Reaver Lieutenant and Phobos Lieutenant 2 separate things, completely 2 separate dash sheets, according to the leak. I just really hope they fix their absolutely stupid weapon equipment set up with them, Because for some reason the Phobos has deep strike ability, which none of the normal Phobos guys have, but the Reaver guy doesn't, but the Reaver guys have deep strike ability. Like the Reavers have deep strike. Like what even is that combo? I did read a list on Reddit that Primaris Ancient Judiciar are worthless now. I didn't see that. I mostly watched the Auspex Tactics videos, but I didn't see how like those were considered useless. I can try looking that up though. I got Ivory on the red. I'm trying to fix it. Got it. Okay. Let me try googling this. Space Marine Leaks. Warhammer Competitive. Oh, that's just a link. I think it's the Auspex thing. There's another one. Here's Spiky Bits. Oh yeah, the Siege. Okay, this can be quite good. The Imperial Fist one, the Siege Force or whatever, Anvil Siege Force, they get +1 to wound if stationary, and all weapons get heavy. Well, already heavy weapons get +1 wound. Never mind, that's actually not as. Well, I guess it helps the heavy bolters. Oh, what's this, Oh, that's the old Scout Squad. Okay, so we don't... This is mostly just the Auspex one here. Where's the... Not savvy enough for Warhammer now to know why yet. I mean, yeah, that's why I'm trying to find it, because I could probably figure it out. Let me go back to Reddit here. Maybe if I go back to this subreddit as a whole, I can find this. Oh yeah. Someone saying grav sensor coming back? Probably, actually, with this. I might have to re-look it, because I just got some grav sensorians, so I might have to look into that. Yeah, if you can re-find that post and send it to me on Discord, I can take a look. I can't find anything talking about Judiciar, like, especially. I can try searching Judiciar specifically. Nah, none of this stuff has come up immediately. Four Warhammer subs, so yeah, fair enough. I probably would be if I had the time. I don't have the time to read that level of stuff. I mean, okay, and technically I do. It just I wouldn't be following all the politics stuff I do right now, which is probably somewhat more important. But if I were to take a guess. I mean, maybe, maybe not. I mean, I just prefer not to take the risk of being caught unawares of something big going on. Like, for example, I guess I'm getting back into crypto. Tomorrow, what do you call it, the deposit should finally go through, so I can transfer a bunch of Stellar Lumen into CAS. Start building up CAS, because I guess Caspa is actually good. Like, better than basically every other crypto as far as actually using it as a currency, and it hasn't hit the big, whatever you call them, the big, like Coinbase and stuff like that, registries. So, like, now is optimum, like, the optimal time to get into it if you're gonna get into it. And my dad's been going nuts about it, watching tons and tons of videos. And I'm like, hey, if you've watched like 100 hours of YouTube videos and you're putting like thousands of dollars into it, I guess it's worth me putting some money into it too. I mean, he got into Bitcoin super early. He just sold it before it really took off, and now he's kicking himself for it. So, I mean, like... yeah, I'm gonna put something in. I gotta pee. If I wanted to say Blade Guard, Ancient's useless now, but I'll look later. Blade Guard Ancient was always kind of dubious, honestly, unless you were taking massive amounts of Blade Guard, to be honest. I never fully grasped crypto. Alright, so here's like the very basic, right? The thing is with normal currencies, they have one significant massive weakness, and that is that they're centralized. Now that can be a boost too, that can be a good thing, but it's only good so long as... Am I pulling paint off this, or is that the brush? It's fine. If the country that is issuing the currency begins making stupid decisions, it will take the currency with it, right? Another thing is, as we get into a more and more digital age, like there's already talk of the fully digital US dollar, and how they'll be able to track everything you do. So there'll be no more cash anything. There'll be no more yard sales, no more what do they call them when they do it out of car trunks, like the boot sales or whatever they call it? I don't know, whatever. Gig economies like get really messed up pretty hard. Tipping gets really weird. I know a lot of places digital tipping already, but like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like takes a pretty big hit from that. Flea markets, right, that too. Like, that all becomes real weird, right? Now, if it's decentralized, then it doesn't matter what country you're in or what the country's doing with its economic policy. Alright? Additionally, depending on the currency, you can do a bunch of other crazy stuff with it, because you have technology that can be made with APIs that link directly into the currency. Like, that's what Doge's original point was, that it was Reddit's like tipping currency, basically. I actually made quite a bit of money off Doge. I could have made way more if I got out at the top, but I still made like thousands of dollars off Doge during the pandemic. But because I actually was already in Doge before the pandemic, I had a pretty decent sized position in Doge. So if I'd gone out at the top, I would have made like $15,000-$16,000 full profit. Instead, I made like six. I think by the time I had pulled everything out and turned into other stuff, it was, I think, 6 in total. I know there was one big one I pulled out that was like 3K, but anyway, I think I've said this before on stream. I've actually historically done very well with straight financial investments in like stocks and crypto. I've only lost money a couple times. I usually make really good returns. I'm quite good at it. The problem is I've never had enough money that it meant anything for me to be good at it. Just why I stopped trading stocks, for example, because there's no version, unlike crypto, there's no version of me getting a stock with like the amount of money, extra money I've ever had access to, and me making like a massive amount of money off it. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm making a 70% profit, which is huge for stocks. That's really hard to do in a small amount of time. If you only had, like, say, $100 in it, congratulations, you have $170. Hey, woo. Crypto, on the other hand, if you figure out a good crypto early and you get in, you can turn like a couple grand into hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is the plan with Caspa. Give me a minute, I gotta go pee while it's drying and stuff. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so here's the thing with crypto, though. Since crypto started with Bitcoin, there's always been what's called the trilemma, which is a triangle of like the things you need for it, the perfect crypto, but you can only ever seem to get 1 to 2 up to 3 points. So imagine a triangle, right? You got scalability, security, and decentralization. No matter what we do, we seem to only be able to, no matter how many different types of technology or whatever comes out for different cryptos, we only ever seem to get, we can't seem to get all 3. Even, like, say, Bitcoin, for example, it's extremely secure. On paper, it was decentralized, but how they rolled it out meant that now there's actually there's two accounts, two wallets, that between them have 51% of all Bitcoin. So if those two wallets decide to like cash all out, they can just crash Bitcoin like overnight. So it's not actually, like, in theory it's decentralized, in practice it's not. And it's also not scalable. Because what's called the gas fees, the amount of money required to move the Bitcoin, to actually utilize it, are quite high. Oh, there's the marksman honor. Alright, I know what that is. Quite high, and it's very slow. It takes a long time. I think I can begin highlighting the metal. Transactions are slow, which is a problem if you want millions of people using Bitcoin, right? So ever since Bitcoin, people have been trying to fix this. It seems like, at least on paper, that Caspa actually does solve this. It was developed by a Harvard guy, so like really smart dude that has been working in crypto since like 2014, I think, or something like that. So he like really understands the technology. The way he had the rollout happen meant that it is truly decentralized. There are no whales or super whales, whatever. Like, there is actually technically a very specific calculation as to what category of holder you are based on how many coins of a crypto you hold. But there's no top categories because of how they rolled it out initially, how they launched it. It is very secure, and it already has pretty good scalability, and actually has stuff in the works to make it even more scalable. They're going from you being able to do tens of transactions per block, if you will, in the code, to tens of thousands. Like, they're already getting close to having that. It's also still very inexpensive per coin. I want to say it's in like the 5-cent range per coin. But it's theorized to get up into the dollars within the next year to 2 years. So whether or not it actually becomes a viable replacement currency or parallel currency with normal currencies, I'm not as concerned with that personally, just as as much as you seeing it as a semi-long-term investment. Jump in now, start stacking up a pile of Caspa while it's in the single cent ranges, and then watch it grow over the next year to 2 years. Like, for example, my dad already has several thousand, and he's already projected out that if it hits, I think it's like around $5 or $6, something like that, he'll be a millionaire. And the value's just been going up. Actually, it started with him just showing me the chart before showing me any technology, and just off of just standard investment, like how to read charts. It has a very, very healthy chart for a crypto that has not met any mainstream notice yet, honestly. I've looked at the charts for dozens and dozens and dozens of cryptos, and it is one of the healthiest charts I've seen in a long time. Like Doge, for example, I always knew Doge was going to crash at some point. It was just timing the crash. That was the question. This is a meme coin. It has no long-term viability. So it was just a question of getting in when it was really cheap and hoping at some point it would become super popular. And I kind of lucked out that it did, so I was able to make a bunch of money. I took like $900 and turned it into like $6,000. I'll take it. But this, if it does actually have market viability, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, that changes everything. So, seeing as I'm doing pretty good monetarily right now, considering my requirement to live, like my living expenses are fairly low compared to my current revenue, and most of my revenue streams are only looking at future growth. And petty cash right now is not going to change my situation in the short term all that much. I am just tossing a bunch of it into Caspa, basically. It's just annoying right now because in the US, unless you're super savvy with this stuff and have a VPN, which I actually don't have right now, which, I mean, could be a problem, but there's a bunch of stuff I do that would become really annoying if I did have a VPN, ironically. And it's just more money. You kind of have to go through a really long slog of waiting for Robinhood to clear your funds. It's like nearly a week. It's basically how it works is like you would send money to Robinhood, send cash from your bank to Robinhood. You buy Stellar Lumens. Then once that's cleared like a week later, you can take the Stellar Lumens and exchange them for Caspa. And then you have Caspa. Stellar Lumens is another crypto, for reference. The downside is that while you'll get the Stellar Lumens at the price that you had them immediately, like at you know, whenever you make the deposit into, it's actually probably better you deposit the money, wait, then buy Stellar Lumens after it's cleared, because I just straight up immediately bought the Stellar Lumens and the value's gone down. I've lost like nearly $10 I'm just on the Stellar Lumens while I'm waiting for the money to clear. So actually I probably am doing that incorrectly now that I think about it. It was my first time setting up for that, so I suppose I should actually set up the buying per week for dollar cost averaging to just put it in the Robinhood bank. Like the Robinhood holding account once per week instead of buying the Stellar Lumens. I should probably fix that. Is any of this making sense to you, Venom? I know this is probably all like brand new language to you, but I don't know how much like trading you've done. I know you haven't done crypto, but I don't know how much like other kinds of trading you've done, so I think at this point I've now done every kind of trading except real estate, which, I mean, I'm getting close to being able to do that, so that's fun, that's cool. I'm liking that a lot. Yeah, it's a lot taking. I've done basic stock trading, so I kind of understand. Okay, well, there you go. So yeah, you've probably played around with Robinhood before, if I had to guess. Obviously, I do not give out actual financial advice. I am not a fiduciary. I am just telling you what I am putting my money in because it's something to talk about. Robinhood, I don't own much stock wise, doing my wife has it all on Amazon. I mean, for slow growth, slow reliable growth, that's not a bad one at all. I've just always been a little bit on the more aggressive side. Back when I did stock trading, I did a lot of like smaller tech companies. I also made a pretty nice chunk off Tesla back at their height. The one time I lost a lot in stocks was actually Zoom, and ironically, Warhammer's the reason why. The day that everyone realized that Zoom was overevaluated and crashed, I was at my local store playing Warhammer on that day, so I wasn't paying attention to Robinhood. Oh shoot, work streams. Okay, yeah, then yeah, totally. That totally makes sense. Yeah, so I lost like 60% of the money I put into Zoom. Ironically. That was the biggest loss I had besides like my whole Forex experiment. Which I guess if there's one type of trading I'm not good at, it's Forex. Although granted, I didn't do a lot of it manually, it was mostly trying to get a bot to work. And like sometimes it did work pretty well, and sometimes it worked really badly. So like, I don't know. Still haven't figured out how to print money, basically. Although in theory, if Caspa does well, apparently you can buy stuff, machines to mine Caspa. My dad's doing that, so I guess in theory that's a way of printing money if Caspa actually does take off. It's like $800 for this machine where it's just like plug and play, basically, to mine Caspa. So that's kind of nutty. I am not going that far. I mean, I don't mind the idea, I just don't have an extra $800 lying around. I do in theory if I put it on credit, but I'm trying to build my credit back up, so no. There's a lot of electricity. Yeah, well, my dad pays the electric bill, so I don't have to worry about that. I pay my dad rent and then cover most of my own food. That's about it. So I really like my dad's getting the mining thing, and then that's his problem. Oh yeah, based on my current projections, in the next month I should have a car, or be looking at a car, anyway. Within a year, I'll be in my own place, and within 2 years, at some point within 2 years, I'd like to be full-time streaming. That's the current projection. That might, and those are all, well, except for the car one, that's actually about on point. The rest of it's like within that time frame. There are ways that could all go much faster, obviously. Yeah. And in theory, like within 6 months, I might have my first property. So I was at my ex's last week, helping her move a bunch of stuff and remount TVs and stuff for some money. And we were talking about how she goes up and down from here to Florida. But her exact living situation is kind of like weird and nebulous. But a while back, she saw a property that was like this crap property with a, what do you call it, like a mobile home on it in a shed, but it was all overgrown and looked like crap. Now here's the thing. My ex loves a fixer-upper and loves doing yard work and loves doing home improvement stuff. Like, it's a whole hobby for her just within that, right? And she's actually really handy, for the most part. The problem is when she's up here, her fiber really kicks in. The environment up here is not that great. Down in Florida, she does much better. So the property was like 10 grand. It's like only 10 grand. Like, now, the problem is that she didn't have 10 grand at the time. And, so she dropped it then. Then she looked at it a few months later, and they had cleaned it all up, and it was now selling for 50 grand. I was like, well, alright. But hey, wait. That means that those things exist. If one exists, others exist, right? So, I just knocked it off the nail and dropped it. So, if there's one thing my ex and I have never done in the 11 years we've known each other is screw each other on money. We have always had a very healthy respect for each other's money. So, for example, I know she would never, like, willingly not pay rent, for example. Oh, I mean, not even just a flip, although I am considering something along the lines of flips. I'm considering a few different options off that realization, but here's the first one. If she's already down there at this particular time and she can scout out, she looks for these opportunities, finds one, scouts it out. I come in with the credit, able to actually sign off on a loan. I own it. She doesn't even want to own it, right? I'm the one that's actually good at like paperwork. I study like taxes and stuff because I already do a bunch of that with my businesses. I am fairly good at financial math. I'm pretty good at money. Right, all that stuff. Now, the last couple years I've done a lot better. I actually have a pretty decent paper trail showing not only decent income, but growing income, right? So I come in and I actually do the purchase. Then she's able to move in and no longer be reliant on a whole bunch of these like really wonky living situations she's dealing with right now that I'm not going to go into. But she's not in good living situations, let's put it that way. It'd be better for both of us if she was in a place I owed, because I actually won't screw her over. And it helps me a lot. Even if, and we already talked about this, even if at bare minimum I calculate out the exact, like, bare amount she would have to pay me for me to not lose money, and pay me that, it would still be a bonus to me, because you can get a lot of tax credit off having a property, and I would then have one property under my belt with a renter that could then, when the real estate market does bottom out, I can step in and say, I have experience. I have a property already. I've already done this to some extent, right? And as she gets her stuff together, she can push up the rent amount to the point that I'm actually making money. Because here's the thing. Flips are cool and all, but like the amount of effort required to just buy most properties, I don't want to flip. I want to build up revenue streams. I want to buy stuff to rent it out. However, the idea in the beginning here's the hard part. Actually, no, let me explain the easy part, then I'll explain the hard part, but I was thinking about this earlier today. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry on the model. The easy part, find more of these properties that are super crappy properties, buy them up super, super cheap. Then, I mean, if they're down there, in theory, maybe even like hire, or get her in on part of profit. Have my ex like clean them up or whatever. This could actually turn into a long-term like profit for both of us, and then be able to rent them out super cheap and actually provide, a place for like other young people to get out of their parents' house at affordable rents, even if they're in these crappy low properties, right? Or find other young people that are willing to do the cleanup, basically, for a scaling up rent system. The hard part is finding people that don't abuse that, don't actually clean up anything, and then actually just, cause problems, right? But even like the initial cleanup part, yeah, there's like ideas going along with that. But I mean, in theory, there's $10,000 properties in Florida that need some work. So like, yeah, give me, at worst, give me until April to do this last year's taxes and be able to show like this last year, which was a lot better money-wise, like pretty good money-wise. Definitely be able to show I can pay a mortgage for a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 property. There's also a thing where my ex has been waiting 3 years for a settlement on a car accident that happened a while ago, where she could just pay off the property immediately, but need my name on her on that property, basically, because her credit is not that great for a number of reasons. Would still be better off with me actually being the owner, but she has the money, basically. So yeah, in theory, give me 6 months-ish. And I might have a property under my belt and begin moving into real estate like I've wanted to do for over a year now. Just the market and my wallet have both been quite hostile that entire time. You know? Okay, I am probably gonna stop the stream pretty soon, although I really should be back tomorrow. Unless I get email about a bunch of stuff I needed to do, which, you know, might come from 2 different sources. I just have some, like, paperwork to do tomorrow, a little bit of studying on some stuff, and maybe a couple improvements to the stream stuff, and then I'm streaming. So if I wake up at a decent hour, I should actually start streaming fairly early and be streaming most of the day. That would be optimal. Yeah, no, it sounds good. Yeah, we'll call it here. I should eat and then be able to have like an hour before going to bed and stuff immediately after eating. That way I'm not going to bed super late, so I'm not sleeping until 1:30 in the afternoon again. I'd rather not. I'd really like to be up around like say 9-10ish like I normally do, and just get things rolling. Because then I could get to streaming at like 3 or 4 p.m. after doing a bunch of, you know, lower and stuff. And we'll get back to painting this guy. Unless I feel like modeling, then I'll probably go and work on prep on like the bases and stuff. But probably painting this guy. I kind of feel modeled out right now. Like, what was it, like 3 days straight of modeling last week? Yeah, I want to paint. Yeah, alright. I'll catch you next time, Venom. Good stuff. Find some RG ideas for non-space marines to do later. RG ideas for non-space marines. Interesting. Yeah. Tell me about that next time. Where are all my buttons? Right, other mouse.